Whether it's defending the world from demons or falling in love, the Shadowhunters do it best. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 Shadowhunters moments. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at moments exclusively from the show Shadowhunters: The Mortal Instruments on Freeform. A spoiler alert is in full effect.
Jace! The Mortal Cub is still out there. He's the only one who knows where it is.
Number 10. Izzy and Alec have the talk.
Then what is it?
It's about Magnus.
The world of the Shadowhunters is high stakes all the time, so it's not too often our characters get to revel in some of life's more everyday problems. When Alec is contemplating sleeping with Magnus for the first time, he turns to Isabel to calm his nerves and ask for her advice.
Oh my god, you're talking about having sex?
Do you not discuss my sex life with the entire institute, please?
After some gentle ribbing from her, and the revelation that Alec will be losing his virginity, Isabel is able to reassure Alec that whatever decision he makes will be the right one for him. It's nice to see the siblings have a chance to show that they can be there for one another and give each other guidance for life's big moments.
If it's what you want, if it makes you happy, then go for it.
Number 9. Clary vs. Valentine Showdown.
I call upon the mortal instruments and summon you into this mortal realm!
As the big baddie of the series, Valentine stirred up quite a lot of trouble for the Shadowhunters, but none more so than for Clary, his own daughter. Killing Jace in front of her was the last straw, and with the fate of the world in her hands, Clary attacked him in one of the show's best battles. It was awesome to see her summon her strength in order to stop him from using the angel to do his bidding. She was able to disarm him and slit his throat. It was a very intense way for him to go down, but it was the kind of fate he deserved. Number 8. Jace is not Valentine's son. Finding out your crush is your sibling is pretty much some of the most devastating news a person can receive. But imagine the whiplash you'd get if the revelation flipped the other way. That's exactly the scenario Jace and Clary went through in the second season of the show. In the midst of a battle, Valentine revealed to Jace that he wasn't his son. Instead, he was using Jace as a tool in his master plan, and revealed that he had angel blood, not demon.
You are my greatest achievement, Jace. I'm not your achievement, I'm your son. No, you are not my son.
Jace barely had time to process the revelation with so much at stake, but it gave all the Clay shippers hope for their future relationship. Number 7. Jocelyn is killed.
Alec.
What did I do?
Any death on a show is tough, but it's especially hard when it's the death of a character as beloved as Jocelyn Fairchild, Clary's mother. As one of the only adult voices of reason on the show, Jocelyn wanted what was best for Clary, even if that meant letting her go off on her own.
There is a part of me that wants to come with you. But I have to learn to stand on my own.
Jocelyn was set to start a new life in Idris with Luke, but never got that chance when she was brutally murdered by Alec, who was possessed by a demon Valentine summoned. Her death was swift, with no time to save her. Our hearts broke when Clary found her mother, since no child should see something that horrific. Number 6. Simon becomes a daylighter.
What the hell?
As the only mundane in the group, it was a shocking twist when Simon was turned into a vampire. Just as he was beginning to get used to the terms of his new life, Simon was in for another surprise when he became a daylighter. Unbeknownst to Simon, the blood Jace gave him was pure angel blood. It not only saved his life, but also gave him the ability to walk in the sun.
I know it's not a good time, but there's something I have to show you.
The moment he realized he could do so was a miraculous one, especially since it came after the deaths of so many of his fellow Downworlders. Showing Clary his new ability was his literal moment in the sun. Number 5. Jace brings Alec back.
Entreat me not to leave thee, or to return from following after thee.
The Parabatai bond is one of the strongest in the Shadowhunter world, and that connection should never be underestimated. When Alec's life hung in the balance, due to Jace's absence and the missing piece of his soul, it was clear that magic wouldn't work, and that Jace was the key to saving his life. Even though Jace was on the run, he rushed to Alec's side.
Alec.
In one of the show's most emotional scenes, Jace recited the Parabatai oath he made to Alec, intercut with flashbacks to their original ceremony. Their bond was enough to bring Alec back, and for that, we're eternally thankful.
I fought with death, fought thee and me.
Number 4. Magnus and Alec say I love you.
I was terrified. So was I.
This one was a long time coming. One of the best parts of watching the show is the growth and development of Alec and Magnus's relationship, from casual interest to relationship goals. They've taken a lot of time building trust with each other, with moments like their first time together, as we've noted, being wonderfully built up. But an even bigger milestone for the couple was the first time they both said I love you.
I love you.
I love you too.
It took Alec fearing Magnus's death to finally realize that he was in love with him. The exchange was brief and simple, but the depth of their connection is easily felt. Number 3. Simon drinks Jace's blood.
Simon, hold on, okay?
Simon and Jace don't have the best relationship, considering they were both in love with Clary at the same time. But that doesn't mean they aren't there for each other. After Valentine slit Simon's throat in an attempt to get Clary to do what he wants, Simon only had about half an hour to live before he would turn to dust. Of course, Clary came running and convinced the dying Simon to drink her blood. Only it wasn't Clary, but Jace using the shape-shifting rune. The whole scene was a big fake-out for both the characters and the audience, and it showed how selfless Jace can be when he's properly motivated. Number 2. Clary brings Jace back to life.
Jace. Jace.
Clary and Jace had a lot of obstacles to face in their relationship over the course of 2 seasons. But of course, nothing seemed as insurmountable as Jace's death. After Valentine murdered Jace in front of Clary, it seemed like the Golden Shadowhunter was gone for good. But in a twist of fate, Clary was able to defeat Valentine, who had summoned the Angel. When the Angel asked Clary what her desire was, she didn't hesitate before asking him to bring Jace back.
Bring Jace back. Please.
Fans breathed a collective sigh of relief, and his return was made even better when he reunited with Alec and their Parabatai rune reappeared.
Are you okay?
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
You have the sight. You're a Shadowhunter just like the rest of us.
For almost a century, I've closed myself off to feeling anything for anyone, man or woman. You've unlocked something in me.
Number 1. The Malec wedding kiss. Yep, Malec again. One of the biggest bright spots of Season 1 was the relationship between Magnus and Alec, with their epic first kiss being the apex. After a lot of build-up, it seemed like their love story was going to end before it really began, since Alec was set to marry Lydia. Leaving it to the last second, Magnus burst into the wedding ceremony. He didn't give a grand speech, but merely waited for Alec to make up his mind. And Alec did just that when he confidently walked down the aisle with everyone watching, told his mother off, and gave Magnus the beautiful steamy first kiss he was waiting for. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.